Mark, when installing these, get your guys to put this in first. They're going to put those brackets in, and then they're going to put, this is called a YDROP bracket. It's in its own little box. And then these are 5-foot long pieces that run parallel. And you're going to put them together. There's little 1-foot pieces right in the middle, 2 screws. You'll put those together. And what I would suggest is put the whole sprayer mount assembly on first. After you put the sprayer mount assembly on, come in and install the breakaways. Put the breakaways on, tighten them up, put these on that are for the riser mount assemblies, and on the bases, put your shield on last. You want to run your riser tube into your shield, hook it in with the quick clip, and then install the screws. If you don't do that, you'll be taking them back out. Put your orifices in, and then lastly, put your YDROP hoses on and make sure they are curled out. This is an aluminum boom. It's going to be a little bit different than yours, but the concept is the same. It's got U-bolts that hook to the frame. It's got brackets. And what we did here was we made sure this was all the way out because we wanted as much distance away from the machine. What we're doing right now is we're adjusting the brackets here where it sits in the cradle. You want to make sure you fold it up and see where it hits in order for it to not hit in the cradle. Down here on the very end, what you're going to need to look at and probably remind your guys is excuse me, is this one here is number 2 going inside, and this one is number 4. Number 2 and number 4 on each side are probably going to have to be moved if your guys have to turn sharp. It'd be something you need to make sure they check out. One thing I would recommend, you're on 28s. On 30s, we had to come in on each side and put a 1-foot piece on each end of the system. And even here, we had to put a little 1-foot piece on the center section. You're on 28s, you might not have to put that, but if you do, it's not a big deal. You get plenty of tubing, of this 5-foot tubing here that has holes drilled through on each end to cut up with a saw. Really, that's about it. We don't have the hoses hooked up, but make sure they put all the gaskets and the hoses on the orifices down here. I don't know if you can see it. On the orifices, they go on each side of the splitter. So make sure they get put in there. If not, it'll be nothing but straight liquid running out. And of course, make sure the 2 that you have that do the 8.5, make sure they're on the outside. So we're on the left side of the machine. This is the very outside. Make sure that it goes there. Same as goes for the other side. On this particular machine, we folded these tips out just to make it a little easier. You might not have to do it, but if you do, it makes it maybe just a hair easier. So I hope that helps you. If not, I'm gonna email this to you tonight. Look through it, and if you had any more questions, we're gonna be doing another John Deere tomorrow, so I can send you another video if this doesn't help. But it's very simple. But what I would make sure you do is lay everything out. Lay get the bases and the risers and the breakaways excuse me, and take all those boxes and pull them away from it, because if you sit there and look at it, it's gonna bother you because you don't know where anything goes. It's very straightforward. Once you lay these out perpendicular and you lay these out parallel, it starts to really make sense. Put your brackets on them, and it should really start to fall into place. And once you do one, you can do 100. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I hope this video did help. It was quick and to the point, but it's just a lot of bolting together. So thanks, Mark.